guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a video inspired by a couple books I've been reading. Two I'm currently in the middle of, one I recently read that I have been obsessed with, and that is Touch Her and You Die Rex. That means the hero is so feral over the heroine and so protective of her that he is like, anybody who even places a finger on her is going to be deleted from this earth because they are just so possessive. We'll say there's one in here where they're exes and he does it, and that's just on a whole other level, and I will get to that recommendation soon, but I have 8 recommendations, a lot of recent reads. So usually my trope recommendation videos are inspired by books I've recently read, so I am very excited. So the first book that I am currently in the middle of is Heavenly Bodies by Amani Iru. This book is so good in like the pining and tension between the hero and heroine. It is a fantasy romance. He is a prince and she has come from another kingdom because she has a prophecy that she will fall in love with a star and it will kill both of them because of that. And so stars are these beings that like literally like descend down to earth and are like gods basically, and so one of them tried to kill her thinking like that was his prophecy, and so she is run to this kingdom in order to be trained and help them because she has very powerful powers. And so the king agrees and the prince is going to train her, and that is our love interest. And the tension and pining already. I'm only halfway through this and he has already done it multiple times. Like we just got to a scene where they were, I really don't want to spoil anything, but they got to a scene where he figured out something and he is like, hold on, I'll be right back. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening right now. I'm obsessed, so obsessed with this. He is so protective over her and they're not even like together yet, so I'm loving this so much. So definitely read this if you want that trope. Then the other book I'm in the middle of is one by Tessa Hale. She just recently sent out her arcs of Crescent Kingdom, so I am reading this one, and the Touch Her and Die is like very prevalent in all of her romances. They are why she used paranormal fantasy romances, and so typically like her last series definitely was Touch Her and Die, but this one is as well because she has obviously been scarred in the past. She is a wolf shifter and she is running from something. She is hiding the fact though that she has like emotion, I forget what it's called, but like empath. She can like read emotions, and she maybe like her caster or something, I don't remember, but she is able to feel people's emotions, and she also is a shifter, and that is very rare. And so she is hiding a lot about herself. So she's in Crescent Creek. She's hiding the fact with her magic that she is a shifter, and this pack lives there and they all immediately take like an interest in her, and she's just like working at the bar and she's running from her past, which we don't really know a lot about, but she's covered in scars, and the minute they see them it's like their wolves go feral, and it is so good so far. So very excited to be reading this one. It is very Touch Her and Die, and I can only assume it's going to get more so in this book, so really loving this. You get Touch Her and Die a lot in like fantasy paranormal, so yes. And the other one that I recently read is My Dark Fairy Tale by Gianna Darling. In this one, the beginning starts out with a heroine. Her car breaks down in Italy. She is there against her family's wishes. She's always wanted to go, dreamed of it, lies to her parents about where she is, and she is in Italy. And she breaks down on the side of the road and she's like, what the heck am I gonna do now? And someone comes by and helps her, and he really wants to do bad things to her. And so she runs away, she gets away, and she gets hit by another car, and that is our hero. He hits her with his car on accident. Obviously she's like running wild around the streets because she's trying to run away from this man trying to do horrible things to her, and he hits her and he's like, what is this? And she's like, I really need help. And he's like, good thing I feel like helping you tonight. There's literally like a beat up body in his trunk because he's in the Mafia, and he does help her, and then he hears her story. He takes her home and lets her recover in his home, and it's their romance, becomes obsessed with her, and she tells him the story of what happened to her, and he tracks that man down, and you know what he does next. And I just love it. And I love a Mafia man who is Touch Her and Die. I feel like it's also on another level when it's a dark romance because they literally will take them out, and I love that. Like these are literal Touch Her and Die, not just like, oh, you hurt her, I'm gonna hurt you. It's you hurt her, I'm going to take you out because you hurt her. Love those. Love this one. Please read it. Okay, so the next two are part of a series. So the first series, and I know I've been talking about this incessantly, but it is my personality now, and that is the Edge of Darkness trilogy by Lee Rivers, specifically book 1, because in book 1 they have broken up. They were together, they had like a soulmates romance, something happened that tore them apart, and it was something very tragic, and both of these characters go through very, very dark things in this trilogy. Please know it's a dark romance, and the hero is basically like a trained killer now. She doesn't know that, and so she is trying to move on from him, and she has like some occasional hookups, and he literally beats them up. He's not like taking them out, but he will, I think he actually did that to a couple of them. I don't remember, but he just like makes them pay for touching her even though he doesn't have her anymore. It's like, I can't have her, no one will. And I loved that. And obviously becomes more touch her and die, like because she is his, like as the trilogy moves on, because it is a HEA at the end, but it was so good. I was like, no way is he taking out these guys who she sleeps with. And he is. And I love it so much. It was so, so good. This is definitely a soulmates romance where they are just meant to be and like no one gets them like each other, but life is tearing them apart and like horrible situations are tearing them apart. It's so sad but so good. I love this. And on that same vein, we have Psychotic Obsession by Lee Rivers, which is his dad's story. His dad, the hero's dad from book 1, is a literal psychopath, and we see his love story with his mom. So they are in the background of the trilogy and we see their love story as it's like quote unquote ending. It's not an HEA for them. And so we see them and he is so possessive over her because of his like psychosis basically. Like he is not mentally okay. He needs medication, he needs therapy in order to live a quote unquote normal life. And he meets her and it like clicks something in him where he becomes even more psychotic and then stops taking his meds, stops doing things. He wants to take out anybody who touches her and he becomes very, very possessive and obsessive over her. And even if it's people like trying to help her, he's like, no, I'd get her. So this is a more like, he's literally a psychopath. And if you like that, read this one. I really enjoyed this book. Then we have another obvious one, but that is another Mafia one. That is Blood of My Monster by Rena Kent. In this one, she is pretending to be a man to join the military because someone had wiped out her entire family, and she knows it's someone from the Russian military, so she goes undercover, and he is one of the Russian military leaders, and it becomes very touch her and you die, especially books 2 and 3. He pretty much knows from the beginning that she's a woman, like he can just tell, and he is super into her, and it just goes from there. He is typical Mafia, will take out anybody in his way, take out anybody who touches her, and I love this a lot. And they're very much in love with each other, like they are obsessed with each other. And when his book in book 3 too, like his reactions to certain things, he is literally just like so gone for her, and I love that. So if you want a really good Mafia trilogy with this trope, read this series. Then I have Blood Oath by Morgan B. Lee. So in this one, it's very interesting because the heroine doesn't want the heroes. It's why choose, it's paranormal. She is new at this academy of like training people with their powers. It's this like ceremony where you are basically like matched with your mates, and she thinks she's not gonna be matched at all. She ends up being like the primary person in the bond, and she is bonded with either 4 or 5 of like the strongest, most elite men in the academy. So she is like the bond, and she's hiding so many secrets that she already knows if she was going to be bonded, she was going to reject the bond. So she tells them she's not interested. She's like, I'm going to reject it anyways, like this isn't happening. And they are so obsessed with her, and at one point like she goes missing in the book, and they literally are like break down her door to get to her. They are so adamant about protecting her and loving her, even though she doesn't want them and she doesn't want anything to do with them. But it's because of the secrets she's hiding, which I can't even tell you what those are because we don't know still at the end of book 1. This is a, I believe, 4-book series, and we're gonna learn more. She is very closed off. We still don't know anything about her, and I want to know why she is the way she is. But she wants to push them away, but they are literally like, will follow her around like a puppy. Like they're like, I love you and let me just be with you. And they are very, very, very protective over her, which I love. I feel like it's a common trope to have why choose be touch her and die, because the next one is going to be Deceit by Caitlin Graves. This one specifically, one of the guys is very touch her and die because she does have a stalker, and it's normally, there's some things about this book that I normally don't love in romances, but for some reason it all worked in here. She's betrothed. It's very like secret society, dark romance, and she's betrothed with this guy, and she, first time she meets him, he's like sleeping with some other woman, so she's like, I hate you, and first falls for his uncle, who is the swim coach of the team at the school, and they're falling for each other. And then his best friend, the betrothed's best friend, is like, hey, let me take you on a date. And she goes on a date with him, and now there's 2 guys she's interested in. And then we have a 3rd guy who she thinks she has a stalker, and she thinks it's him because he's always just creepy. So she approaches him, and he's like, you have someone threatening you? I'm gonna do something about this. And so he basically acts as her bodyguard. He will like protect her, and it turns into something more with him too. So she has a relationship with those 3 guys, and I don't know if any more are gonna be added. I read book 1, I loved it, but they all know that she has a stalker now, and they're gonna do anything to protect her from whoever it is that's leaving these creepy notes for her. And like I said, the guy, especially at the end that she thought could have been the stalker, is really touch her and die compared to all of them, because he's also kind of like an assassin for their secret society and will take people out, and I loved that. I really loved him. Definitely just a really fun Why Choose Romance, and the end had me shocked. I was like, I need explanations, and so I'm very excited to read the next one. I listened to this on Hoopla, so if you have Hoopla, her whole series is on there. So excited to read more. And those are my recommendations. They were either fantasy, paranormal, or dark. If you want like the lightest, I would say Heavenly Bodies is the lightest out of all of these, and Crescent Kingdom, but all the rest are pretty dark romances. So if you're into dark romance and you want the hero to literally be touch her and you die, check out these romances. I've done this video before, so you can check out my channel as well to see any other recommendations. If you have any recommendations, absolutely let me know. I just love this trope. I love a hero who will go to the ends of the earth for the heroine. Like I said, I was like swooning over that scene in Heavenly Bodies, and I was like, I need to make a video now. I need to make a video. I need to tell you all about this, and so here I am. If you've made it this far, leave me a skull emoji. I feel like that is definitely appropriate for the title of this video, and that is all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.